Hi guys, Kerrod here at Joondalup Resort in Perth, Western Australia, and today I'm going to show you how using your shadow can be one of the most effective training aids at your disposal. Let's get into it. Now, standing on the range, beating hundreds of balls, even though it feels like you might be achieving something, isn't a great way to improve and maintain the quality of your motion. So using your shadow and two balls, I'm going to show you a great way to ensure that you're still moving your body correctly. And when you're out on the range, and it's a nice sunny day like it is today, after you've hit a few balls, I want you to stop, find a spot where you can actually see your shadow, and then use that as a reference for how your body's moving throughout the backswing. So what we're going to do is I've got two balls preset out on the ground here, and we've got one golf ball which is in the center of my head, and then I've got another one which is just outside my right hip. Now, one thing you'll notice about these golf balls is the one that's in the center of my head is within the boundaries of my shadow, and the one that's outside my right hip, well, that's in the sun, and this is quite important. So as we set up to the golf ball, what we would like to see using this drill is as we make a backswing, the ball that starts in the shadow of my head stays in the shadow of the head, and the ball that's on my right hip that's out in the sun, well, effectively it wants to stay in the sun. And if you do that, what that means is that you're keeping a steady head to the top of your backswing, and that ensures that your hips are pivoting correctly as well. So for example, one of the common issues that we'll see on the range is players that move laterally too far off the golf ball. So they would shift their hips away from the target, and their head would tend to move all about throughout the motion of the backswing. So using these two golf balls in your shadow is a great way of rehearsing a very slow and effective feel to get a centered pivot and your hips rotating correctly in the backswing. So once you've done a few reps of these, you can start to pick up the speed and then begin to swing through and brush the grass. And this is a great way to ensure that your motion is staying consistent from ball to ball when you're out on the practice range. So once again, the setup takes a little bit of time, but place the golf ball in the center of your head and then place one just outside your right hip. You can use your finger as a reference for where your right hip is and place a golf ball just outside that so it's in the sun. And then make some very slow swings, concentrating that the ball that's in the boundaries of your head is staying in your head, and the one that's outside of your hip is staying in the sun. Now, it might take a few swings to get used to this because a lot of us have our own individual movements that we tend to make. So just practicing and rehearsing this at a slow speed to start off with, and then building up, is a great way to generate a feel. After you've done that 3 or 4 times and you're happy and comfortable with the sensation that you're getting, then you can step back onto the range and then hit some more balls, trying to recreate the exact same feeling you were establishing here when you were doing your shadow. So one of my favorite drills, can't recommend it enough for improving the quality of your swing. Try it out. One ball in the center of your head, one ball just outside your right hip for the right hander, and then from there make some slow back swings, maintaining the ball within the boundaries of your head, making sure that ball outside the right hip is staying in the sun, and then simply following through and get a feeling for that new motion. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Any comments or questions, please ask below. I'll get back to you straight away. But until next time, I'm Kerrod. Thanks for watching.